move on here.
Back it up, yeah.
Yeah.
And take it to mean that there is some sort of insecurity within the relationship, or that he just isn't as interested in her. But once again, that is just a total lie. Number 6, they can really think about nothing. They aren't thinking about leaving you or coming up with some scene in their mind when they are quiet. What happens with women is when men are thinking about nothing, we automatically assume that they are thinking about problems with us or with something I said. Something is happening in his brain. He's planning his escape to leave me. That's what goes through our mind. It creates this deep insecurity within us because we don't have the ability to do that. We have things going on in our mind all the time, and we tend to be a little bit more insecure in our relationships by nature when it comes to our personality. So we will make stuff up in our head, worst case scenarios, and we just think about all the things that can happen. There's so much on our mind at any given time. But sometimes men can just put that stuff aside. There's lies that we're told that he must be thinking about another woman, or he must be thinking about who knows. But a lot of times he's like thinking about sex with you. That's a lot of times happening. Number 7, men just want...
Yeah.
Okay, you want to start, or?
Well, I don't know. That's what I don't like about this one a little bit, is because she says that men can just think about nothing. And I don't know. I don't think that that's true. I think we are always thinking.
I struggle.
And it kind of goes back into some of the other points that were made before, where it's like, am I bothering her too much? Anyway, you know what I mean? When your man is quiet, it probably does mean something is going on. But if he tells you that he's not managing his emotions enough, and you might think like, ick. Like, I don't like him no more because he expresses emotions to me. Yeah. So why wouldn't he just be quiet?
Yeah.
Because I'd rather be quiet, So I don't really agree with that one too much, that men can just think about nothing. No, men do not think about nothing. We have so much stress on our heads, and we always got to bust our ass every day and try to be the best that we can be, just in hopes to find a nice woman.
Yeah, I agree, and then I also disagree. Me
well, you can't do that. That doesn't exist.
Yes, I can. Is it on a spectrum or is it digital?
It's on a spectrum.
Binary? Which one is it? Anyway, no, different subject. So, me personally, I struggle with the whole non-thinking thing because my brain is constantly going. However, there are guys that can sit there and literally think about nothing, and I think that's kind of a mode that a lot of guys can get into. And I do know there's one way to kind of get me there, but and it's just the point where. But when that does actually happen, the analogy is it's like you're defragging your hard drive on a computer, and when you're doing that, it's just getting rid of all the junk and then reconfiguring everything so it runs more efficiently. And I think some men kind of need that calmness or quietness, and then that's it. So, but we come out of that better, and we come out of that more stabilized, and it's maybe part of the emotional regulation too. That's something we have to kind of go through. The real relaxation that comes with having a beautiful or a good woman on your side. Yeah, because comfort in knowing she's going to be there.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yep, you know what I mean? It's hard for a man to relax if he's got to worry because you went out with 3 of your slutty friends to a club. And even though you're not, I've seen your friends and how they act and how they pursue situations that you make, that you get yourself into. It's like, of course I'm scared and nervous and this and that. And now I'm not thinking about nothing anymore. I don't have that relaxation just to think about nothing.
All right, so we kind of have all different opinions on that one. That's a pretty good one though. But yeah, it also kind of demonstrates there's differences in the male and female brain and how they operate. And like she said, women can't shut down, and then they start going to the negative, and they start fearing the worst. Mm-hmm. And that kind of brings me back to like Stoic principles. If you have that kind of software running on your brain, the Stoicism and focusing on things you can control versus not focusing on the things you cannot control, because you're just going to waste energy doing that. And that's cause for anxiety. It's cause for a lot of things. And that's something that you need to get control of. That's probably more on the female side than it is on the male side. But we don't teach good philosophies. And that's, I think, something that needs to be taught at a younger age. and something I instill in my children that hopefully will take hold in them, and they can manage it a little bit better for themselves. So a lot of times I've been doing stuff like this. It's not just for guys like us. It's also for women out there. But I also want this evidence to carry on through my legacy, through my children, and maybe their children's children, if so desire. So the fact that this is put out there digitally, hopefully it lasts forever, and hopefully someone can pick up something from it and do some good in the world. So, but yeah, that's my little. I'll get off my soapbox now, and we'll move on to the next point.
Number 7. Let's see what.